Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're going to do an unboxing of a clear box of a smart sport watch, IP68. What's this thing called after all? It's a F69 heart rate smart Bluetooth watch, swimming watch, waterproof, and it's using a paper white display, and it's Bluetooth, so it's got that connectivity thing going on, making it a smartwatch, so we want to look at it on this channel. And thank you to Everbuying for sending us the F69 for review. There's a buying link, of course, for this amazing watch, fitness tracker, or all sorts of good stuff. Down in the notes below, so be sure if you're interested to click on that link and you could pick yourself up one of these F69s, which has these kind of specifications. It's running 4.0 Bluetooth, which is great. Got a little bit of RAM and ROM. It's all waterproof with the full IP68. Yes, of course, you can swim with this. Not only can you swim, it'll tell whether you're doing a breaststroke or a backstroke. It's got all these good things. And the heart rate monitor, which I'm going to show you, can be on continuously. And what's really cool is it can link directly to an app and transfer the data of your workout and your heart rate, all being measured live. And all of this with a standby time of 144 hours with a tiny but nonetheless adequate battery for this kind of a watch. So let's unbox it, see what we've got. It's in one of those point of purchase things you'd find at, I don't know, Sports Authority or something probably. A little plastic container. When you open it up and you look at the watch, you find there's no watch. Where did it go? I did open this up, so I'm playing with you now. The watch itself, don't ask me if the bands are removable, all right? I think it's intuitively obvious that there are no bands. They are boing, in the box somewhere. But here you go. It's a tiny little health sport smartwatch with no on button, no button at all on the thing. I mean, it's really going to be waterproof. We can take off the little cover and we can set it quietly here. And I cannot turn it on. I've messed with it. I actually had to, yes, read the instructions, which come in English and Chinese, and warranty card, and here's your iOS system Bluetooth connection supplement, what you can do with iPhone, and same thing in Chinese. So it has iPhone support, and it has instructions which tell us that it will turn on when you plug it into charge. And what do you do to plug it into charge? You open up the rest of the box and you grab the charging little dock, okay? And it just lines up like this. See that thing there? And snaps on. Solid. Good and solid. You got that. You put your USB connector that it comes with in there, and you're good to go. Now, I ordered the yellow one, but I got the yellow and black version. So I guess when you order, it really doesn't matter. Or I'm extra special. I don't know. It looked like a commercial box. So you got the straps right here, which means there's no antennas in them. You can change them out. You can probably get the measurement on these. See, they're just the standard pins. And buy any band you want to connect it into the watch to make it designer just for you. All right. Let's parade through the manual because this is going to be the most important part. The big pictures show you what you've got. Now it said one watch strap, so somehow I managed to get two. That's cool. I guess you do get the color that you order. And here's the Quickstart. There's all these icons around the side, which tell you information. And you power on. Charging can start. So you plug it into the charger, that will start it. Charge it up. And then you have these buttons that you can click. It's password protected. You'll see this. You have to hit 1, 2, 3 in order to get into it, so you don't accidentally be turning it on while you're exercising. But that's the sequence. It's not a secure password thing. It's an unlock function of just tapping 1, 2, 3. Operating mode, configuring state, And here's the different parameters about the watch. And we'll go to the back side. And we've got the APKs that you're going to download or use to download on Android or Apple and connect Bluetooth so that you can do all this amazing data collection on your phone from this watch. And I'm talking pretty sophisticated stuff. You'll be able to set the time, of course, and get your 7-day pedometer reading information. With the heart rate, you'll be able to set a maximum and minimum level. Of course, if it's monitoring your heart rate all the time, you'll be able to see your recovery heart rate against those standards that you set. It has a sedentary reminder and a sleep monitor and all the things you see on a typical tethered smartwatch. It's just this one is really, really meant for collecting exercise information. Got a training mode, alarm clock, and basic user information where you set your weight and height and sex and age. I do not see a stride setting for the pedometer, so take that with what you need to take it with, knowing that your steps will be counted, but not necessarily your distance, okay? All right, that's a look at everything in the box. What I need to do is plug this thing in and charge it up, turn it on, and we'll run through what it can do. Now, I'm going to run this for a couple of days and collect some data. So this is just a beginning analysis, unboxing, we'll call it. But when I'm back, know that I will have had this in service for a while, so you can actually see some real data collected. All right, we'll be back, I don't know, in a while. See you soon. Wow, this watch is really, really cool. I got the black band on it. I got 117 beats per minute. Calibrated real time back to my watch, to my phone. I just started the process where it's now going to be tracking. If I were working out, and I did climb a couple of stairs to try to pump it up a little bit, it's dropping back down again, as you can see. That would be my minimum and maximum training range. This watch is hot. You got a dashboard in the app. Here's some earlier stuff I did today. And you can see the steps that I walked and jogged and did other things. I've got my total distance, steps, and calories burned. I've got my minimum heart rate, my maximum heart rate, my average 97, and I'm currently at 86, which if I go back to real time, you see it's really working. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is really fun. Okay, we're going to go through this watch. I have this set to do the real-time heart rate monitoring thing, which means the little green diode is constantly on. I got to take it off to show it to you. So I'm going to tap. Oh, yeah. You got the 1, 2, and 3. I'm looking in the camera. I can't see it. And that unlocks it. And we'll talk about that. That's the Bluetooth. Well, I'll tell you right now, you need to have the Bluetooth unlocked. That means it's active. If you lock it, which for the longest time I thought once you got it set, you lock it and you're linked to your phone, no, that turns Bluetooth off. And I couldn't get it to work for the life of me. You got to leave that unlocked. All right, I'm swiping down. And I got to go quickly through my thing because it doesn't stay on for very long. And I'm going to come back in here over to the heart rate. I'm going to press that once and go into a kind of a single mode, and I'm going to press it again. It's going to turn it off so that I can take it off and we can play. All right, what are we looking at first? You saw in the manual there's a barcode that you got to scan, and when you do, you can go to your iOS or Apple Store or your Google Play Store. You will be downloading the app called H+ Watch. There's an H+, but this is the one you want, H+ Watch. That's the app you just saw me using. Now, it's different than Cineware, and Funduware, and all these other things that are kind of your typical tethering apps. This is really a sports watch tethering app. It's cool. You can see it. Let's come back into it. Actually, it's better to even look at the app than the watch right now because everything happens right here. In your dashboard, You've got a data summary by weeks, months, years. When you calibrate and put all this stuff in here, you can track all that stuff. Inactive calories. It's because I wasn't wearing the watch, folks. Look at all this. Look at all this. What's this at the bottom? Maximum heart rate, minimum heart rate, ranges. All that stuff is going on. You got, well, let's go back. Of course, we saw the real-time heart rate. We go into settings and lots of capabilities here. You can set your time mode to either 24-hour or 12-hour. We're going to stick with 24 for right now. Your units are metric or imperial. So lots of capabilities here to enter the data the way you want. You can set it up to notify you if you have incoming calls, and you can notify you if you have incoming messages. They will simply light up an icon and vibrate the watch. You won't be able to answer them, but that's the tethering capability. Same thing for all these different social notices. You can set those things up by checking them off, and they'll go back onto your watch as well. All right? The all-day heart rate sets that up so it will constantly have the little green diode on and be monitoring your heart rate all day long. Your screensaver timer, you set how long? 10 seconds before the screensaver will turn off. Oh, by the way, you see that it's a paper white display and it's reflectivity, right? But in dim light or nighttime, you simply hold it for 2 seconds and it lights up with a backlight. So you've got day or night, black and white visibility. It's really a cool watch. All right. Erase user data, firmware update, and version are all typical stuff. Your user info, you set your goals for your steps so it'll track it. This is all the default. Update your age and gender, height and weight. And all that stuff goes into calculating all the good stuff you need, especially the heart rate range, which is calculated based on all of this data to give you the information you need for making sure when you're working out that you stay within the range. I have not seen, unfortunately, where the watch will actually beat, for example, then notify you if you are above or below your range. You have to glance at it. Or, you know, if it's tethered real time to your phone, it would be very cool if the phone could make a beep sound when it's over or under the range so that you could really be working out within your range. But that's something yet to come. When you tap this button, you turn on a recording mode. So if you're really doing a workout and you want to record the real-time heart rate, you can do that as soon as you click that on. But of course, it needs to be working. Right now I have it turned off, and it's just showing you the last one. We did users, we did settings, real-time, and dashboard. So that's the app. Now let's go into the watch. Your basic screen is the time, and around the edges are all these different icons that represent getting a phone call, getting a message, your Bluetooth connectivity, your battery charge level, running, ... That was in the manual we flashed by, right? To get into this thing, you got to tap, which was where there was a 1. So I always tap in the upper middle one. I'll tap someplace else. You'll see 1, 2, 3, unlocks it. It's where you were last. Swipe down, you go through different settings. This is the running or, you know, your pedometer setting. Here you have 4 different icons. The personal information, where you can enter your gender and your age and all of that, or you can do it from the app and synchronize it back and forth. You have, oh, I really have to talk fast on this one. I know you guys are excited. Good, it's going to keep him moving. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I think we just can swipe up and come out of that. The Bluetooth, again, is where you turn on or turn off the Bluetooth. You want it unlocked so it's visible by the phone. It's called Sport FA98. You have a stopwatch that you can activate in hundredths of a second, and it's now counting. And I presume it's going to do steps versus time because it has the pedometer foot right down there. So that may actually activate capturing a segment of your daily pedometer steps. So using that when you're doing your training workout. Here's swimming, same kind of thing. When you tap it, I guess you activate the swimming mode style. That looks like a, wow, look at that. It's animated even, okay? Is that breaststroke? Darn. I should set it longer than 10 seconds, shouldn't I? And if you tap it again, you can change to that style of swimming, and tap it again, and now you're on that style of swimming. So lots of capabilities there. Then you go, of course, into your heart rate monitor with the 2 diodes on the back. Now, I don't know how in the world this watch can get the battery life that it gets when you can go into constant heart rate monitoring with this thing, and that diode is always on. And look, folks, the band is really stretchable. So this is one of the most easy to put on and comfortable bands I've ever seen. You just simply get the clasp in and tighten it up, yank on it, and you can get it to a really nice, comfortable, relatively tight setting. There's not a lot of slack in it. It's making good skin contact, and the diode is constantly going. And in just a few moments after it settles down, it will link up with me, and I'll have my heart rate going. I guess we're going to just keep it on from here. Okay, beats per minute. We come back over here and go into our real time, and as soon as it starts logging in on me, I think I have it in the right mode. I'm going to cycle them. Oh, yes, got to log in, get into heart rate. There's 3 modes. I'm not really totally sure what that mode is. If it's a one-time reading, you see the animation going across there. Okay, it started in. It gave me a 93, 92. If I swipe down, well, if I go through my unlock pattern again, there we go, 92. So we're tracking there. I should start seeing it showing up in the information right here. And of course, the pedometer would start tracking my walking if I start doing some pedometer work. So for a sports watch, fitness watch, this thing really does do well. The removable bands, the Bluetooth tethering does not need antennas in there. You probably could put it on a pendant or something, but you do need skin contact to get the real-time heart rate monitor. How is it accurate? I'm working on it. I'm really trying to figure a way to get this to be accurate. It does seem to bounce around a bit when you're doing the heart rate. However, it does actually, let's say it bounces around in a range, but the range does go up and down depending on your activity. So when I was climbing a hill, it was pumping up there, 135 or so. But it was bouncing around between 125 and 135, okay? It wasn't like giving me a real reading. It was giving me a dynamic range, plus or minus 5, I would say, around some sort of an average. It would be nice if it would internally average it out a little bit better so you didn't have this up and down jumping all the time. But nonetheless, it's giving me a pretty decent heart rate. It's dropped down to 45 out of the middle of nowhere, then jumped back up to 70 when I've just been sitting around. So, you know, hairs and sweat and tightness, they're all a factor. I think it's possible to get this just right. Maybe you got to put it on the underside of your arm, you know, do it down here and where there's no hair, okay? It might be you need to actually just take it. Oh, look, the diodes are off. It's probably noticed that I'm not in contact. Look how sweaty it got too. Yuck. But that's fitness for you. There we go. Hello. Okay, that was just a one-time thing, so that answers that question. It's when it's in this mode that it's constantly on. And it might be that you're going to need to just kind of do it over your finger and hold your finger on it when you're exercising. I don't know. Something we've all got to explore, but it does have real-time continuous heart rate monitoring tied to an app that gives you data that not only shows you in the moment what's going on, but gives you a dashboard that shows you what's going on today and can give you data summary that will give you weeks, months, and years worth of data. So very sophisticated fitness watch, now available thanks again to Everbuying, who shipped this F69 watch out to us, and we have a buying link to this watch in our show notes. Look for a coupon too and a discount in price. And thanks again for watching. We are diversifying. We got all sorts of kinds. We just looked at a what you call an outdoorsy watch with compass and all sorts of stuff like that. Now we're getting back into fitness, and of course we got our trailblazing Android 5.1 kind of round watches that does everything. So lots more to come. And again, thank you to Everbuying for supporting us here at Smartwatch Ticks. We'll see you again soon.